So you're thinking about trying out Royal Caribbean perhaps. Or maybe you've had the pleasure of cruising on one and you're curious about the other. In any event, I have had the absolute pleasure of cruising on both the Utopia of the seas and the Wonder of the seas. My name is Randy. I am your cruise coach, and today we're going to compare and contrast these two wonderful ships in the Royal Caribbean fleet. Hang around, because toward the end of the video, I'm going to actually show you the direct price difference between the two, and we're going to wrap it up, and hopefully by the end of this video you'll have a good idea as to which ship perhaps is right for you or best for you and your family. Let's start with the good news. The good news is that both of these ships are absolutely massive. Both of these ships are absolutely fantastic. They will absolutely make your jaw drop and your eyes wide open when you see either one of these for the first time. They are truly, in my opinion, miracles of engineering and architecture. They are, to say that they are big is an understatement. To say that they are incredible and fascinating, all of those things. If you are a plus 50 traveler like myself, the first time you walk into the promenade of either one of these ships, it is truly breathtaking. It is an amazing feeling. I've personally, and I've spoken with my wife and other people my age, and we all kind of say the same thing. It reminds us of the golden days. These promenades remind us of the golden days of the mall, with the lights and the music and all the activity and all the amazing things that you can do and you can try out and so on, and shop at these wonderful areas. It's truly it's just a lot of fun. Both of them, their architecture, the way that the ships are put together, are very, very similar. You're going to find basically the same type of specialty restaurants there, and the overall makeup of the ships are going to be also very, very similar. The rooms also are very similar. So that's the good news. The good news is that they are both amazing ships. They're both going to give you an amazing time and a great experience on the ocean. So let's go ahead and start talking about some of the differences between these two ships, and one in which one may be better or more suited to you or your family. Probably one of the biggest differences that jumps out to me is going to be the efficiency of the elevators. I don't know what type of cruiser you are, if you're a first timer, if you are, if you've been on 50 cruises or whatever, or 100 cruises, whatever. But, the elevators on these cruise ships can be, challenging. They can be upsetting, frustrating, aggravating, whatever. I will tell you this. This is where the Utopia of the seas absolutely shines. I have never been on or seen a more efficient and quick elevator system in my life. The touchpad, and then virtually almost instantly your elevator opens up and you are taken to wherever you want to go to. There's virtually no weight whatsoever on the Utopia of the Seas and their elevators. It is innovative. It is amazing. And I hope that Royal Caribbean puts it on every ship that they have. The Wonder, on the other hand, I have to, I've got to be honest with you. At times, the elevators are very frustrating. They can be very aggravating. They can be very, very slow, to be blunt. They seem to take sometimes, 7 to 15 seconds. And yes, I actually counted. And then other times it took several minutes, and which frustrated me and a lot of other people. And you'll see a lot of people just taking the stairs because they don't want to wait for the elevator. So kind of a knock against the Wonder, but again, that's one of the big differences. Another one of the differences is, again, a plus to the Utopia of the Seas, and that would be on embarkation day at the Windjammer on the Utopia of the Seas, you have lobster. I was absolutely blown away by this. One of the things that I look forward to on a Disney cruise is my peel and eat shrimp. I love the peel and eat shrimp on a Disney cruise. Well, I strolled into the Windjammer on my first experience on the Utopia of the Seas, and lo and behold, I see a bunch of shrimp and I see lobster tails. And all you have to do is request them. And I love lobster. I don't know if you do. So when I was on the Wonder of the Seas here recently, I went to the Windjammer, embarkation day, didn't see any lobster. Went up to one of the wonderful attendants and inquired about a lobster, and they said, well, some nights in the main dining room we have lobster, but no, we don't have lobster on the Windjammer. So again, that's a subtle difference, and maybe that doesn't matter to you at all, but that's one of the differences between these two ships. As far as the shows, let's talk about the shows. First of all, if you haven't sailed on Royal Caribbean and you're thinking about it, I'm going to do a separate video on the shows. Let me just say this. They are some of the best shows that you're going to see, period. I'm not talking about, on a cruise ship. I'm not excluding that. I'm talking about period. You're going, the shows that these cruise ships put on for Royal Caribbean are absolutely the best in the cruise industry, and you can't go wrong with the Wonder or the Utopia shows. They are both absolutely amazing. But I have to, once again, tell you the difference. Once again, with regards to arguably the best show on both of these cruise ships, and that would be the Aqua 80 for the Utopia and the Intense on the Wonder. Although, again, they are both sensational shows, I have to give it to Aqua 80. And again, I do think it's because I am a plus 50 traveler and I love the 80s. I grew up in the 80s, and so the music that they play during the show on Utopia of the Seas absolutely spoke to the spirit of both my wife and myself. We absolutely were blown away by that show. The Wonder has their Intense show, and it is very intense. It is awesome. The young ladies do an amazing job. It is mesmerizing. But I have to give it to Utopia. The Aqua 80 show, in my opinion, is a little bit of a bigger show, and with the soundtrack, it is better. Okay, so I've been rambling on here about these two. Hopefully this information has helped you, but let's go ahead and let's get to the actual point of it. As far as families go, I think it's what for what. outside of the elevators being, a little bit of a challenge perhaps for you if you don't have any patience like me, both of these ships do a great job with children, and your children or your young adults will have an amazing time on either one of these ships. The price. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and show you a quick little clip here of a direct comparison between the Utopia of the Seas and the Wonder. Now, one other difference is the different ports that they leave out of. As of the taping of this particular video, the Utopia of the Seas is now departing out of, I believe, Port Canaveral near Orlando, and the Wonder is departing out of the port of Miami. Once again, between the two, because of construction and the sheer number of ships, I found that the Miami port was a little bit more stressful. The embarkation, getting to the ship, the Wonder of the Seas, was a little bit more challenging, a little more stressful than getting on the Utopia. That Miami trip from the hotel to the port, there was a tremendous amount of traffic, and I went early and avoided most of it from what I've seen. So again, that is a difference, is that it might be a little bit more challenging to get to the port of Miami for the Wonder. Now, back to the price. If you look here, you can see a direct comparison between the price in an upcoming sailing this upcoming summer. And here you go. You can see, the specific price between the two. You can see it's really not that much difference. It's literally just a couple of $100. So what it comes down to is, are you willing to pay a little bit more for the Utopia of the Seas as far as airfare and travel and so on? I think that's probably going to be, depending, of course, on where you live, that's going to be probably, a what-for-what type situation. That's probably going to be an even type situation. It's going to come down to, are you willing to pay a little bit more money to have, perhaps just a little bit, in my humble opinion, a little bit better experience with Utopia of the Seas? Or is the difference doesn't make that much difference for you? Do you want to save a few $100s and maybe deal with, elevators that are a little bit more, you have to have a little more patience for, and, no lobster and so on? Of course, that's entirely up to you. I just wanted to point out the pros and the cons of these two ships. I will tell you this one more time as we wrap this video up. You cannot go wrong with either one. I promise you will have an amazing time on either one of these Royal Caribbean ships. They do an amazing job of entertaining you and absolutely allowing you to have a tremendously great, memorable vacation. You're gonna make a bunch of great memories and have a wonderful time. If you would like help planning and booking any one of these cruises, please reach out to me. I am a master of Royal Caribbean. I am a travel agent specializing in Royal Caribbean cruises, and I can make your planning and booking virtually stress-free. I will absolutely walk you through every step and show you more tips and tricks and money-saving tips and so on to help make your vacation the best it can be. Thank you once again for clicking on this video, and I hope you enjoyed the video. This video had absolutely no AI in it whatsoever. This is 100% my content made by me. And if you enjoyed this content, if you found it helpful, entertaining, please consider subscribing. If you love cruising content, you need to subscribe to this channel and support me. Thank you so much once again. I hope you have a wonderful day, and we will see you on the next one.